following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1.
One spot left. One spot left in this Final Four. And we bring you to the final game of the Endurance 8. And we're going to find out who is the top dog in the Spider region. And tonight, it is a matchup maybe some may not have expected looking at this region. And it is going to be Monkey and Ed, both of which have not made a Final Four in their career. They've both been to this point before. They've both been to a regional final, but they have not won it yet in their career. So a first for both coming in here. It is the 7-seed Monkey against the 13-seed Ed Ziemba. It's the Spider Regional Final, and we welcome you into this last game in the Endurance 8 as we put the final piece to the puzzle in the Automotive April Final Four. We take a look at what to expect from these guys. You know, the preview here, and as I just mentioned, they are both, they're 0-3 combined in this round. Monkey's been here twice, hasn't won yet. Ed's only been here once. Wasn't able to get it done there, so something's got to give tonight. Both with solid records through 3 rounds. 13-4 Monkey, 13-5 Ed, and the CPU, of course, predicting an absolute nail biter as it says Monkey's going to take it in 9. We're going to find out what happens here. Obviously, you talk about what happened last time out for these two. Monkey showing that defense can be a winning formula against Cesar. Was down on several ammo points in the stats, big differential losses, but was able to get the job done in 7 despite that. And then on the other side, Ed was able to take down Seth Cole in a thriller, was facing elimination to Game 8 and Game 9, was able to run straight through to beat Seth, who had just taken out Ashley. So definitely a strong challenge there, of course. So it's a 7v13 regional final. Lots of upsets around the board on this tournament, but a couple of the big ones here, of course. And it'll be, again, by the preview, Monkey's 3rd regional final, Ed's 2nd, and both looking to make their first career D1 Final Four after we just saw Gone do it earlier today. As you look at the bracket, it is going to be Myth versus Gone, Mustang versus Jaguar on that left side. And again, we talked about Gone earlier today, took out KT. KT not 100%, as we found out later on, but still nothing to take away from Gone. He did absolutely amazing, taking out the boss in 7. And of course, Myth just absolutely bull rushed his way past Vapor in 6 to set up that game. It'll be 6v15. Myth will have home table advantage in that Final Four game. And then on the other side, G-Man, he took out Lara in 8. And at this point, unless we go 9 tonight, more than likely Lara is going to be at the best of the rest in this regional final round on the results. Probably looking at P5, and unless we go 9, of course, he had a loser here and going 9, but that would be the only way he would not be P5. He'd put up a tremendous effort, but G, having his Renaissance tour, having his Resurrection tour, if you will, as the 10 seed out of the Diablo region, he moves on, and we'll play the winner of this one. He awaits winner between these two. So Spider Region Final is ready to rock as we are just about ready to go. We are going to bring it to the table. Not short stepping in for the boss here tonight. Fortunately, gotta deal with a stray dog that showed up on his doorstep. So I'm stepping in for him tonight. We wish him all the best as he deals with that. Still alongside Jesse Turner. Appreciate you coming in, Jay. And obviously, we talk about these two. They're both looking for a career first. Obviously, we saw Gon do it earlier today against KT, so it's not out of the question that, I mean, obviously someone's going to make their first Final Four tonight, but they're not going to be the only ones being their first in here. But first, they got to take care of business here and win the Spider region. What's got to give here between these guys? Because obviously Ed, he beat Seth last round, who took out the world champ around previously in Seth, and then Monkey pulling off that defense strat against Cesar in a game that, look at the stats, I mean, you definitely wouldn't have expected it to go 7. What do you think's got to give tonight for both these guys, and who do you think, and what's got to give for one of these guys to make their first Final Four here tonight?
Oh, of course, Short. Yeah, happy to join here up in the booth with you guys again. Too bad KT couldn't make the call tonight, but we'll obviously do the best we can. No, still though, this is one hot matchup that these fans are going to be in store for tonight. You and I too. I mean,
yeah,
it's good for this kind of a scenario to happen for both ambitious players looking to make their first Final Four. It's always a good thing to see. New faces, new challengers, up not just in the Elite Eight, but possibly making the Final Four. As each Monkey and Ed look to make that happen and play G-Man in that regard. But no, as far as trying to give anything, if something's got to give, or if anybody's got to do anything real differently, I know it's been a while since I've seen Monkey in action here in Uno. And I remember my first round going against Ed. He definitely showed me a few surprises to, move on to the 32 round and knock me out to the sidelines early. But still, fair play to him.
Yeah.
And so it'll just really be, we'll cross, that bridge when we come to it. As far as which player is going to be, pulling off, certain plays that's going to, shock the other one and be able to get the victory and face G-Man here in the Final Four. So I can't wait to see how this one's going to go. We might get 5, we might get 9. It's really anything's possible.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Obviously, mentioned the CPU seeing this one go the distance, but who the heck knows what'll happen. We'll talk to the players here before we get going. I'll start with Monkey. Monkey, obviously, you've been here twice before to this round. Come up empty, and now you're looking to make your first Final Four tonight. And coming off that big win against Cesar, a really solid performance there. How do you take that momentum and that strategy you pulled against Cesar, kind of pulling that defense, as Coach Rogers said during that game? No problem, Ed. How do you take that forward against Ed, and what do you think the key for you to taking it to Ed Ziemba here tonight after his win? Going battle tested as well, going the distance with Seth last round.
I'm just shocked. I feel great to be here in this, and hopefully with the strategy I had last time, it works and I get something to go. Because, I mean, every single time, whatever is going to happen in the game, I'll go with what the game's got for me. And we'll see what happens. But, with how I played last round on the defense, we could see that happen for me this time. I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get to that point. But, yeah, I'm excited nonetheless for this. And hopefully whatever things I've got work on the table.
All right, appreciate those thoughts. Ed's going to be typing. Ed, similar question to you. You've been here one less time than Monkey, obviously, so he's got a little bit of experience like that on you. But still, you're both fighting for the same thing. Your first career Final Four. What do you got? What if you seen anything from Monkey recently, or what do you think you got to do to get the job done tonight and make that first career Final Four here, in try number 2 in this round? Let me know. Double check something. What's wrong? All right. Just gonna fix something real quickly. Sure, I have this all accurate and okay, yeah.
Yeah, not to
Ed,
worry. Yeah, I'll read Ed's
yeah.
reply as you're
Yeah.
sorting out what you need to sort out. So yeah,
Yeah.
Ed says, just got to take care of business. Still the same goal. Cool to finally rematch Monkey after almost 2 years since our last match. So yeah, that's actually a good point that he brought up. I mean, there's so much that's gone on, in this league. That there's been many matchups that's happened. That I've, have lost track of myself. I mean, since there's so many of us
Yeah.
now, but it's
Yeah.
good that Ed remembers, that, match that he had, Monkey 2 years ago. So yeah, it's cool for rematches like this to happen. I'm not quite sure how that one turned out to be.
Yeah. I wouldn't know either. I was not here yet.
Well, all right, but sure, yeah, it's from the nature of his comment, I suppose a Monkey got the best of him that night. I mean, I'm only just speculating,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah. So that's
unless someone can give the insight on that. I don't know.
yeah. Anyway, that's some added like fuel that Ed has to maybe use towards this match that he's about to partake in.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. We'll see what comes of that, of course. All right, well, I think the time for talking is over. Brad's going to be our ref tonight. I appreciate him stepping in with about 90 minutes notice. Again, I was supposed to ref this one with KT streaming, but have circumstances happen, life happens, so we appreciate him stepping in here. So he will put in the cards, but I will start with Monkey. Monkey, welcome to the regional finals. It's time for game 1. How many cards will it be for your first start?
Let's go with 10.
10 it is. Both looking for win number 4 tonight. The cards start as set. We are locked and loaded. Spider Final starts right now with the JT5.
Yeah, I can't complain about that. and off they go. Best of luck to these players. One of them's going to be moving on to their first Final Four. The other one's going to, unfortunately, have to watch the rest of the way.
Yeah. And JT, if you will, talk to me about what these players are thinking right now. Going back, I don't remember exactly, but you could I don't know exactly, but you could probably provide this insight. Thoughts on one of these guys making their first Final Four as a player? What's that feeling like going into your this regional final and playing for your first ever Final Four from your perspective?
Of course, yeah. Like if you recall in 2024, like my first Final Four ever was in Super League. So, I mean, if there's any time to make your first Final Four, I mean, it's that one. But of course, any tournament. I mean, you got to take, the good moments when you can get them. But obviously, it's a pivotal moment for your career. I mean, that's making it to this level in the game is it's what's gonna make your name stand out more in future tournaments. That's gonna add another accolade onto your resume. So it's all it gives you another added sense of confidence. So one of them will be fortunate enough to get it.
All right, we'll see who will come away with it as Monkey goes with the Curtis Red 5, and then Ed is going to undercut that with the Sting Yellow 5, and Monkey, will stay yellow and drop the Steven 6.
Yeah, didn't quite get the whole bag of Skittles that time, but I mean, we got about a potential best of 9. Yeah. We might see that happen.
We'll see plenty tonight, and 2 power plays on the board. That's different from the Sport Mode 16 previously, so definitely interesting to see how these guys will play with 2 power plays on the board. That adds a whole another level of strategy. Is Edward going to go in there for the skip and just a double play, closing on the Camaro 8? But 2 power plays, Jay, definitely adding a little extra layer of strategy to it, because you talk about 1 power play. There's less you can do with that. You can you see some players like, say, Lane Sanders, who will go after it on the 1 power play as Monkey crosses to green, go after the 1 power play, use it whenever the hell he wants. But oftentimes the practice is save it for that clutch moment, maybe locking in your win on the series. But now with 2 power plays, it kind of adds a little extra layer of strategy. Talk to me about that as Monkey goes to red.
Oh, of course, no. Having 2 power plays like that'll allow you to really, flex, and it'll really allow you to be more creative with your gameplay, and to maybe, add more creativity to the game as it is. We ended up seeing a couple of nights ago when I did the G-Man and Lara match.
Mm-hmm.
G-Man, he was able to, use up both his power plays masterfully, while Lara, he was kind of too cautiously with the power plays, and ultimately left home with both of them in the tank. So it's a disappointing way for him to go out, but of course, you got to make sure you don't, I guess, suffer the same fate. You want to use them while you got them.
Definitely. Yeah, and that of course for Lara, that was being his first time in that situation. Him and Gon being the 2 that were new to the regional finals in D1. Obviously, we talked about Gon earlier, making it twice and winning twice in D2 last season in the regional finals, but it's a whole different feel up here in D1 as Ed tries to make a cross to green, and Monkey's going to force his way over to yellow with the llama on the board.
As he's got his lead pretty much by double over Edward, 3-6. But Ed, he's going to see if he can respond to that yellow, if he's got any of the tank. Yep, he is, though.
Monkey looking for a finish, potentially. Or Uno. Oh, that may do it, and that will.
Yeah,
Monkey on the board first. And it definitely felt like, you were talking about all these things, Jay, and it definitely felt like there was a little bit of pace management there. And it was a quick one, really. I don't think, was there a self draw? No, just a couple from Ed. There really wasn't any draws there. Monkey that's just seemed to have been plan A all the way there. It definitely was, there was definitely some pace to it, but ultimately I think you just had all the answers there. Talk me through that first game there. Yeah, number efficiency. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if you look at his hand, like it was definitely
double wild, yeah.
a plan A kind of thing there.
Stuck with not much on ammo, was hoping to get to blue. Okay. Yeah, it seemed pretty clean cut. Yeah, Ed was hoping to get to blue, and Monkey immediately took that out in the first turn, went red. As you can see, I didn't have blue. Well, yeah, so just Ed didn't have many options, it seems. And we talk about plan A games being like quick sub 2-minute games, but I think like Ed took a minute, like in Ashley style, to get that first move down, and it definitely seemed like a slower pace kind of game. So it's interesting to see, 441 on the log, yet it's not yet it's a plan A ending. So very interesting for the KT Classic.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, well, I think that's pretty clean cut from Monkey. Win number 1. It's a best of 9, of course, CSR, and so 4 more wins for Monkey needed, 5 for Ed. So let's see what goes on in game 2. Monkey cannot pick 10 with this one. What will it be for game 2?
Let's go with 11.
Say again?
He wanted 11.
11. It sounded like you said 7 for a second. Cut a little bit. No problem. All right, 11. Here we go.
100. I'm kidding.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Another 5. This time the Sting 5 to start us off. 2 straight 5 starts. And the N for some reason. That is the novice class. And this also have to mention the fact that you look at the bracket here, and it's Myth is already in the final 4. Veterans class hangs in the balance. Whoever wins this one not only makes their first final 4, it's also going to play for a shot at the veterans class. It'll be contended in the final 4 as they're both veterans, so that's another thing to note. Gone, obviously, the top rookie, and G winning the Masters class. And
it's kind of like a race within a race, if you will.
Yeah.
So something else to focus on in addition to just being the Automotive April champion.
Yeah.
Because we got a lane 7 switch by Ed.
Yeah, and KT obviously the Legends class was already won for him, being the last legend and only legend in this round. And a quad play from Monkey, going from Myth to Gold to Yoshi to his own 3. Crossing back to yellow, denying Ed the blue once again. He wants the blue as he crosses to the Andy 3.
Well, that might not be a bad thing. I mean, we'll see if Monkey did save 1 or 2 of them. I mean, even though he did a 3. Oh, well, that's way different. He goes to the Ashley Red Wild. So a bit of a fade there by Monkey.
Little bit. May have just used up all his yellow on that run. Might just be looking to go a different direction, but Ed gonna do him. Oh, he is forcing the issue of of Bew. And Monkey with nothing there. So once again, no blue for Monkey here. I don't think this is a classic. It is a classic. I'll be damned.
Right. And well, both guys, yeah.
I did not expect that with how much Ed was forcing the issue there.
And nonetheless, both guys are going to draw it back, and
they're going to draw. And a little bit of a resetting kind of force here. Going to draw City. Ed's still behind by 4 cards, and he's going to play his own card to break out of the classic.
Yeah, now he breaks out of it. So yeah, both players have a whole range of options now with, them drawing back a little bit, and they definitely got a lot more choices. So we're definitely going to see many new plays for this one. As there's the Bad Brad Deuce.
Yeah, and that's a big sign, Jay, that they're definitely there's a contentness to draw, at least from Ed's side. 2 straight blues after drawing back and forth. He's fine to play the patience game, and that's exactly what he's doing. Is he's pouncing, trying to make the break. A clay +2, and he's ahead by 3, and off he goes into yellow again. +6 over to Monkey. He's back to 16, doubled up for Ed, and he closes it on a Camaro 8 to go up 11 cards. Or 9 cards, excuse me.
Well, you could tell, I mean, drawing back, I mean, that was his plan A move to build up that kind of a run.
Monkey crossing the red.
Yeah, we got a red switch by Monkey, but I mean, still though, like Ed, that was a big brain play to make that kind of run, and drawing back, and he was able to do that to give him the 6-pack stack.
And you could tell he was building up that run as Monkey's going to try and ice him out on the blue again. You could tell he was building that run up because in hindsight there, because he was drawing on that wild. I think he was just trying to find more options, and that's what he's doing. And it's for the plays like that going to red, but Monkey has ammo in the back end, double play off the undercut from Ed.
Yep. So I mean, right there you see Monkey. He's showing that he wasn't phased at all by what Ed did him, giving him that 6-pack. So Monkey, he's just acting pretty chill from what I see. He's still doing his thing, playing real calm. As
Two
Edward makes an
green.
aggressive switch.
And there's another +2, a little split ammo for Monkey there.
Yeah, right there again. That didn't phase Monkey at all. Like he still had a plan, even though Ed switched up the color.
Yeah. It was 16-7. Now it's 9-7. As Ed's still trying to stay ahead, and that rhymed beautifully. 3-card lead for Ed, and check the log. Just sub 6 minutes. It'll cross over 6 minutes on this game number 2 as Ed pulls the Chomic 8, dittoing Monkey's Chomic 8. And what more can he do? He draws.
Oh yeah, right there. He stops in his tracks, like right when he was about to tie Ed. He's still a couple cards away from him. Ed's gonna keep on laying him down here. We'll see what a Monkey picks up. Oh, he's gonna pick up a good one.
Wow.
Second KT blue while we've seen.
And is that another classic? Or does Monkey have something to play? It's coming back with it. It does ice out Ed now. Oh my goodness.
Is that it?
Nope, not quite. He's down to 4 now. Now ahead by 3, but a huge quad play there and gives Ed a couple extra, and he still has no blue.
Oh,
so after him forcing the issue on the blue, he's run his blue down, but Monkey has none either, and we may be headed for another trip to Draw City in Game 2. As Monkey drops a 4, big wink there.
Okay, yeah, so Monkey got the top deck there, but interesting though, he ended up doing a classic, even though it wasn't on the KTY, but now he's got a Rocky Top Rogers 4. So now maybe Ed, we might see some action from him finally.
May do. And there's the other Monkey 3, played by Ed.
He's still collecting himself right here.
Yep. Monkey loading up here, may have something big. And he does, and that will do it.
2 in a row.
2-0, and 8 minutes flat on that one. Monkey, it definitely seemed like Ed had a little bit more control there, and he was really trying to play the ISO patience game. How did you combat that going through that KT Classic? And then he was kind of starting to grab momentum because he was definitely drawing for more than just the fact that he was iced out. How did you combat that strategy and be able to get back on the winning side of the table and ultimately pull through to get Game 2?
Short, I got 3 words for you.
Yeah?
3 simple ones.
Yep.
Defense wins championships. That's what I gotta say. Defense. Played that defensively, so I was able to pull off and get the run going.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, definitely seemed to have gone that way. Hard to defend, says Ed there. I mean, Ed, you definitely tried to play a little defensively, pulled it into the KT Classic early on, kind of looking to try and play that patience game. Talk me through that strategy you had there, and anything you could have maybe done differently through that game. It said it's hard to defend, but thoughts on strategy there, because it seemed like you had a good thing going there with the Classic. And JT, I mean, it's not often we see KT Classic used in that way. A lot of times it may be a situation where, it's kind of desperation mode. You're in an elimination scenario and you're just trying to find any way to slow your opponent down, even if it slows you down too. But Ed going with that move on the classic early on in the game, trying to just build up. Yeah, I'm trying to go number efficiency, the +2s. So yeah, thoughts on that play from Ed. What do you think about it?
Oh no, I mean Ed, I didn't see him really do anything wrong in that game. He was just being as adaptive as he could be. I mean, like he was, doing some. He was making some good, aggressive switches, but just he couldn't really help the fact that Monkey just had seems like a +2 answer for him every time. You can't really do much there. Your opponent's got them good answers like that, but no, he's still doing fine. I mean, he definitely still has a chance at it, but Monkey, I mean, you can't argue that the momentum is definitely on his side for the moment.
Yep. And 2-0 is not as 2-0 definitely not as hard a deficit to overcome in a best of 9. You got to get to 5, so definitely we'll see if he can get back on the horse, and he will have a chance to take control here. First home game, Ed. Open board for you, and he's gonna go TB12. There we go. And Brad loads it up. Here we go. Game number 3. Monkey up 2-0. Here we go. Zach 2, and that's our first non-5 start of the series. Amazing.
Oh, there we go. Did you?
All right. Crossing the yellow is the bow tie 2 for Ed. Yeah. Both of them started on a 5 card. The first one started on the blue 5. The second one started on a yellow 5.
Yeah, JT and Stingray to start.
Yeah. Now, yeah. That.
Yeah, I apologize about just cutting in right there. I had to,
fine.
reconnect my voice, but
That's fine.
I'm back connected now. So
Yep. All
there's
good.
Acosta,
All good.
the Monkey plays.
Yeah, the Acosta 9.
And that's the square root of 9 is 3, and that Ed plays Monkey's card.
There's the Monkey 3,
He doesn't.
first one.
This series is played kind of at like a medium kind of pace.
Yeah.
From what I see, I know the what was it, the Vapor and the Myth game?
Yeah.
Like there were multiple, sprint games in that one.
Yeah, and that one, it was just Myth had a lot to work with in every game. I mean, I think the first like 5 games he was getting 1 or 2 +4s a game, which is just absurd. I mean, you looked at the stat line from that, so you hate to see one-sided games like that, but sometimes that's just the game of Uno, isn't it?
Right, yeah, for sure. Yeah, but so this series, in contrast to that, I mean, it's drawn out a little bit in time, but if that's what both these players are comfortable with, I mean, more power to them. They, you can't always, rush yourself too fast, otherwise you might, make a mistake and get tripped up.
Absolutely, as Ed goes for the 2 on the green, and now they run in the green, but he's going for the blue, and he's really starting to light switch. And we had that last year. He had he kind of got that light switch in his big run. I believe it was T3. Got that big light switch, Edison, if you will, identity, and that's really what kind of got him to that first regional final. And he's trying to do that again, and he's playing a lot, but Monkey's also countering him, undercutting to the yellow, and it's still neck and neck. Ed with the home table possession arrow here, and now he's going to take more of an advantage with a skip, looking for a double, maybe a triple. taking his time, make sure that he nails this down, and he's just going to do an artificial double play, going to blue on the KT Wild once again. And Monkey's going to respond with that JT5. Ed going back with the Andy 3.
Yeah, he's still being calm, just riding with these blues. And yeah, they've pretty much cut the amount of cards they had in half now. Still, both power plays have lots of. Oh my goodness, what a read! I was literally
spoken into existence.
I was literally about to
would
comment.
be proud. Monkey's gonna go power play number 1 here in game 3.
I was literally gonna say, like, neither player has used it yet.
Yeah, he's gonna do it in increments of 2. And Ed cannot back-to-back power play to stop this run, so Monkey can obviously take his time. And he goes with the double +2, goes to red, and gets the Uno call and number efficiency, and that is a great power play from Monkey. 3-0. And, JT, that's textbook power play. Again, we talked about how with 2 power plays, the strategy, there's more layers to it. And with that, I mean, number efficiency with the run as well. That's just, with the run protected, that is just a great move there from Monkey. What do you think about that?
Oh, no, yeah, for sure. Like, it just amazes me. I actually was able to get the read correctly.
Ed, you're kidding. Oh, God. What was your hand before the power play, if you could get that, Ed? Yeah, because I've felt this many times, being 1 turn away. I've had that happen 7 out of my however many games I've played this season. There's his hand. Let me see here. Oh man, yeah. Okay, that was, so you played the 3, so you just needed the 1. So you could have, power play could have helped him in that case, JT. So it was really, he beat him to the gun, really. Just jumped the gun a little bit there and was able to get it done.
Monkey was definitely more opportunistic to use this, and thankfully that's what
close.
That's what was able to get it for him this time.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, Monkey, thoughts on getting that done and now realizing that if you hadn't done it then, you would have been power played to death there. I mean, obviously the run would have still set him back, but great power play there. Take me through that thought process on that, and going up 3-0 now. My goodness.
Not gonna lie, I'm a very, 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 very bad thinker, and I take way too long on things. So that took my brain like a good hot minute to be like, okay. And it just like those memes where you just got like that guy that looks like all the math equations? That was me. It just started all adding up, and I was like, no, this actually works. So, because I was thinking if I left it off on the red 5 and got to Uno, that would have been very dumb because Cini had a freaking wild +4 could have like screwed me over. So
yeah, and you threw 10 at him in that as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he would have had something. You'd have to think, right?
Yeah. So I personally think I played that pretty okay. Feels good to be getting that win because I mean he almost could have gotten me.
Yeah, he was a turn away really. So great moves there, of course. And it's tough for Ed if you're Ed, JT. It's just 1 turn, and ultimately you just got to learn to roll with the punches, right? Nothing more you can do about that one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, still shouldn't get discouraged. I mean, like he had the run. But he'll get another opportunity to use it later on this match. Like I'm sure he'll get another chance at it.
And of course he's got 2 power plays, so that's another situation where you talk about 2 power plays coming in handy. You could always find a way to. Sometimes a power play might be trying to swing the pendulum of momentum the other way, and we'll find out how it all gets utilized here, but Ed still open board. How many cards for game 4? Go double OG14. Yeah, literally. And it's been great composure from both really locking in. They know the situation, they know the stakes, and they've just been both well composed, and they've both been playing very well. So we'll see what happens. Not that kind of steak, Monkey. Not that kind of steak.
Yeah, a good medium done steak with grilled mushrooms and primo seasoning on it. Yeah. That's my jam.
Yeah, see, this guy gets it. This guy gets it.
Yeah, now we get Brad over to I forget who that is.
Zach.
Okay.
Yeah, Zach. That's a ditto Zach. Off the bot, and Ed gonna go with Ghost. Half off special right there. Leah says, "Why are you making us hungry?" Yeah, everyone's stomach is grumbling now because of Jesse Turner. There's the Logan 3 from Monkey.
As that right there is steak tartare. Which I wouldn't really be all that tempted to try, but personally.
Yes. There you go. Yeah. Double play from Ed. +2 into the 8. Half off special to the Superior 4. Big drive from Monkey there. And crossing to Rogers 4 is Ed to yellow now.
Well, see, like now
undercut. Traffic light trips 4.
Yep, stop, slow, go. And now we just need the blue Nam for to give us the bag of Skittles, but
it speaks it into existence.
Unbelievable.
Jesse Turner. My goodness.
2 for 2.
Taste the rainbow, man. Goodness.
Holy cannoli.
Yeah, man, you're trying to fill the boss's shoes over here, man. Maybe I should just let you take over. God damn.
We got a big steak and Skittles dinner here in this game 4.
What a combination.
And we switch back to another 4. That's 5 straight.
God. That's
straight.
Quint 5. Quint 5. Quint 5. 4. Quint 4.
Yeah. 6
straight. What is going on?
6 4s in a row.
What color are we going to do? Are we You're joking. Okay, Monkey, I swear to God. There's 8 4s in the deck.
And we went through 75% of them.
God. Yeah, 3/4 of the 4s, man. The run ends here. No, Ish Sand Green.
Yep.
There's no, Leah, no. That didn't happen. That did not happen. There are no drives. They're shanking them into the bunkers and into the water. Don't be starting that. Vapor G6 from Monkey. I'm keeping my composure tonight. I promise you. Tapir isn't here. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Ed going with the yellow wild now, going with the llama. And he's still ahead by 4, trying to get that first win on the board. Monkey, though, with a +2 out of the gate on the yellow. And it is even Steven at 7. Ed still with the home table possession arrow, despite that +2.
Right. Anyway, yeah, before that whole, cascade of 4s, I was going to mention Ed, he's sensing the urgency now. He's, really ramping up the aggression with, the color switches, with these wild switches, and just with all these fades that he's doing just to, try and, keep Monkey guessing. Like that's something that I'm sensing from Ed currently in this game 4. He's really being urgent with his plays. There's Arya with that green +4.
Yeah, the dark Arya combo. Double play there. And that is the first +4 of the game here. Yep. Just one wild as well, that from Ed going to yellow. Now he's going to yellow again. Double play, looking for triple on the reverses. The Goldie into the Yoshi and closing again on the Camaro 8. Feels like he always closes on the Camaro 8 in yellow. That's on a play like that. Kind of funny.
Oh, Monkey doesn't have an answer for that, though. That's interesting.
Wow. That could be tough for him. Monkey still ahead by 1, but Ed ties it, and he'll have the lead unless... Oh, Monkey's got number efficiency. Keeps the run going, and he's got possession arrow in blue. Ed's got an answer from the ground to the top.
Yep, from Peter over to Nick.
Two March champions back-to-back on the table. Obviously saw them play this tournament, and Peter got the better of Nick there.
Oh, look at Monkey right here.
Oh, my goodness. You cannot be serious. I don't even know what to say if you're Ed there, JT. He pulled out the stops to try and slow him down. Like, he had Monkey Ice. It's just that blue switch was everything for Monkey right there. My goodness.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, you know how my foot massage moniker, the bot, gave me plenty of foot massages for his tournaments. See, the bot is giving Monkey a whole bunch of bananas right now. He's just eating up the bananas and really capitalizing on this. But wow, he is just on a roll.
The blue was not ideal. Yeah, Monkey. I think that. I mean, I would say that switch to. That switch to blue was key, but at the same time, you had everything you needed on pretty much covered on all fronts at the end there. Was a lot of that just down to what you had to start, or did you procure any of that along the way there? Because my goodness, that is absurd. +2 generator.
Okay, so I could have power played again with how I was going, but let's see. I'm gonna go back to a specific spot. Let's see. Right about... Okay, so when Ziemba had... Like, when I was on green with the +4, and if he just played a regular green, I would have won there. But since he switched it over to yellow and the 8, I had to draw. And that one draw gave me the yellow +2, so that I was able to, when he played that 1, get through it on the blue, and he just plays the regular, and I get the ender. So I'm really happy to save my power play and go into game 5 knowing I've got something helpful.
Wow, unbelievable.
That's absurd, man. That is absurd.
I mean, just that entire game 4, like, just filled with so many, key moments. I mean, especially that 6-pack of 4s. We ain't ever gonna forget that.
I have no words for that. That is, yeah. It had good number efficiency, decent ammo, blah blah. Yeah, I mean, blue got me there. Yeah. Yeah, Ed. I mean, what do you got to do to turn it up? Because I just don't know. Like, I feel like you have been stiffed late in this series. I mean, what do you think you got to do differently, if anything, to try and turn the tides a little bit? And I would think you'd consider using your power play if you have a spot where you can use it, I would assume. Monkey playing at his best. He started by sweeping Ard way back in round 1. Took out Toast in 6 in round 2. And then to get here, took out Cesar in 7. And now Ed says he's got to anticipate the runs, got the power plays in my pocket, not afraid to use a Monkey still with one in his pocket, trying to lock this one up. So, God, I didn't expect this, man. Oh, 4-0. All right. Monkey, can't be 10, 11, 12, or 14. Game 5, what'll it be?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
What we thinking?
What you got?
Let's see. So if you think about it, 7 my seed plus Ziemba's 13 seed equals 20. But you divide that by 10, you have 2. But then you add Ziemba's 13 to that 2. What is the starting cards? 15.
Oh.
Full send.
Oh, now you can do math. Okay.
All right. Well,
15.
That was the best math I have conjured up in the whole day. Let's go.
wow. Wait. What a make a stinging
Brad on the
cameo.
building, ladies and gentlemen, from the top row. that was good, Brad. I'll give you that one.
Okay.
Start her up. Jesus. that was from the top rope. Bad Brad, my God. Ed trying to be the tiger. God damn. So Monkey being up 4-0 is gonna go with the sender, trying to clinch it. And really, everything's worked for a mid and the high tier. So we'll see what he does on a sender. As Ed's gonna go for a double, trying to get any inch. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the GIF didn't quite. It wasn't quite Giphy.
That did not.
Alright,
That
perfect.
did not work. Disappointed.
That was
But really,
raw.
the,
That was not
Yeah.
cooked at all. That was raw.
That was.
I mean-
It's raw.
yeah.
It wasn't
really,
even,
like,
it
that-
wasn't even burned, man. It's raw. Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was more like Craig Jones from Slipknot actually talking and saying something.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Bro's up 4-0 and still catching, literally. Huge streak. Yeah. Anyway, Monkey Ice Deer, it looks like on red, which has been a rare sight, JT. You haven't seen him iced out a whole lot. I mean, you look at as Ed's going to go for another double. I mean, it's even on the self draws, but it just seems like Monkey's just had answers in every place where you'd think he'd be iced out. But and there's another answer. Ice cold over to the blue.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to use the number efficiency to switch over into something that he likes. But yeah, like I mean, he chose the full send, and for him to not have something for the red was crazy. But I mean, he found his plan B. He found a little loophole to escape to, and now we're gonna try and run with these blues here, which is what he wants to do.
Yeah. Run these blues. Ed taking a moment to consider his options here. He returns to the table looking for win number 1 in the series. He's up 3 cards, and he's had leads in the series in the cards, but Monkey's just found ways to come back, slow him down, and make him pay for knocking him back a couple pegs, as Ed's gonna undercut that switch to green after a momentary lapse there. And again, the winner is going to take on G-Man next round in the Final Four. G, obviously, a veteran, been here a long time, since 23, and so it'll definitely be an experience factor for him entering that one, as he made his third career Final Four. 3-1 in the regional finals, as Ed crosses to yellow, and
Yep, we're
Pandora's
over
is
into
open.
Grim. Yep, yeah, making another aggressive switch. I mean, Ed still has yet to use either one of his power plays, and with him down 4-0, I mean, Monkey's one away. Could definitely be in the back of his head to maybe let one of them loose. But I mean, I've seen him, start to do it, since game 4, just to really be more risk taking with his plays to try and throw Monkey off balance. But so far, nothing's shaking him.
Yeah. I'll mention the fact that I think glazed over that, but Ed did reveal the fact that that red 5 is hanging in his hand, accidentally played that instead of yellow. So that's something to take note of as we move through this game 5.
Yeah, good point.
But now he's trying to set up the play for it, as he has the other yellow 5 in hand. And see if Monkey has another yellow. He's got a +4 double play, and he's ahead by 2 now. Ed was just down to 5 cards, and now, once again, Monkey in the driver's seat again.
Yeah, again, Ed having to play catch-up now. But he's got a number switch, though.
Oh,
number
yep, crossing the blue. Yeah, and that's
Always
something I think he's
have.
been trying to do all night, hasn't he? He's been trying to find ways to use number efficiency to his advantage, but it's just not been coming through for him.
Yeah, I mean, still worth trying though, nonetheless.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
no, absolutely.
we know that we know that William Brock, he's a great player with making them number efficiencies and those fades work all the time.
As
so
he,
I mean,
as he says, he
not a
controls
bad-
the fades. He controls the fades. Yes.
yeah. So
Roll
it's
those fades.
always
Yes, sir.
always real good to try doing. Oh,
Triple.
hello, who's this?
He's gonna leave that open. And I feel like we talk about leaving ammo open, JT, but you got to think, man, desperation. You're down 4-0 in a best of 9. You got to start throwing mud and seeing what sticks. And Ed's still nothing on the back end of that double play draw, as Monkey might free him up with the green.
It may open him up. We did see Ed, make use of this color earlier. He'll go 2 up.
2 up to the red and 3. Here comes Monkey again, taking control. Red wild on the board.
This is like a role reversal of what Ed was trying to do. Now Monkey, he's kind of caught on now. He's going to try
more, yeah.
Yeah, try and be one step ahead of Ed.
My goodness.
Oh, but here's something though by Ed.
Ooh. +4. That's huge from Ed there.
Into the drip 0.
That's
good.
Mind you, first one of the series for Ed. That is huge. Ed's behind or tied on every ammo category. He's the +2 differential, the +2 gen is working for Monkey. He's down 6 on that, Ed is, and then down 3 on the +4s, down 2 on the wilds. It's just been a tough go at it, as Ed is going to run it on red alongside Monkey after Monkey makes the 0 sugar switch over to red. Ed is down to 3, looking for win number 1, and nothing there. And nothing either for Monkey, and we might be headed for Draw City, first time since game 2, potentially, unless we find some early number efficiency off the top deck.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've taken a stroll through Draw City, but we've we saw, in game 2, Monkey utilized that to pretty much the fullest extent you could, and he was able to build up one stinger of a run to put Ziembo away in the second game.
Absolutely. And they draw back and forth, looking to build that portfolio, build that platform. And Ed, of course, you'd think he's trying to set up a way to use that power play to his advantage. And, sometimes we talk about power play can be a momentum shifter, and that sometimes that's all you need. But reverse sweeping in a best of 9, a very tall task. The 4-0 lead for Monkey, as he's going to go for yellow on the wild. Ed with the Sting 5 to play. The Brock 1 for Monkey, and they're running again.
Yeah, now we're in another color that Monkey prefers to be in, and like Ed's in his world right now. He's got to, try and, make him take the portal over to his universe, and maybe he can figure up a run, as he does do a double, as he chips away right there. Monkey's still continuing to go. Technically, Ed still has the lead. Monkey technically is trying to play catch up. Oh, but that's not good news either, as Ed has to draw. So we'll see how far Monkey can go with this.
So Ed running dry on the yellow. Monkey again was the one to make that move, and he can still play. He self-dittos that Acosta 9, and Ed with nothing. Monkey back in front. He's still got a power play in hand. It could be possible. It could be coming at any time with 6 cards. He didn't let his first power play with 6 cards. And he's going to, and Monkey is looking to break out the brooms. And
as we have just reached an hour on the stream, by the way.
Yeah, just over an hour, and
Monkey
check this again.
Out.
Oh my goodness! And once again,
Edward
Ed, no answer. Cannot power play after. Can't back-to-back power play, and nothing more you can do about it. And
Monkey
in with
control.
the
He
sweep.
goes all the way.
My God, I am. Wow, that is just absurd, man.
Yeah, this was absolutely epic. Oh my goodness, what a series this was.
Yeah, he didn't actually need the power play. He didn't need the power play, technically. He just wanted to use it to wrap it up. Monkey, congrats on the win. My goodness, a sweep and leading +6 on the +2s, +4 on the +4s. You were up on everything tonight. But, I mean, it definitely didn't... I wouldn't say it came down to the cards. You definitely battled. I mean, the log shows that. Nothing really straight up plan A right in your face. You did it all in the high tier and the mid tier. Thoughts on this win and making your first career Final Four here tonight? Congrats. That does prevent the defensive. That is true. I'll give you that.
I'm at a loss of words. I mean, dude. No, I'm not gonna get emotional. That's dumb. It's Uno. I can't. I don't want to get emotional. That's dumb. But yeah, guys, that was crazy nuts. I've been here for so long. I've done so much to just be even close. And every single time I get anywhere close, I either get sweeped or just don't play correctly. And finally, I did the impossible to what I've never done in this league since the start 2 years ago. And I'm losing my mind. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yep, you done did the thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, not much more for Ed to say. Couldn't make anything work. And Ed, was there any point that you may... I mean, obviously we talked about that time earlier. I believe it was game 3. That where you were close to being able to set yourself up for success at the power play, but was there any point where you could have maybe used it? Obviously, he protected himself from the defensive with that at the end, but was there any other point you could have maybe utilized it to try and, I guess other than just stall him a little bit, utilize that power play, or anything you could have done differently to try and at least get a game on this? Because it just seemed like you were fighting a little 5 to 10 on 1 there throughout the series. And I mean, JT, it's tough for Ed, but you got to give your flowers to Monkey. He did spectacular. He had a lot of the help, not a lot of it go his way, but he definitely played a strong strategy. What are your thoughts on this one? Final thoughts?
Oh, geez, like just the epicness. I mean, so much epicness. I mean, I swear. Like, I mean, of course, it was going to be. You figured the nature was going to be like this with us getting into the last spot to, make the final four. And Monkey finally gets his first one, and yeah, Leah with a good, read right there for how this was going to go. But no,
Only took 2
I mean,
months.
yeah, but yeah, it's even though like each game, like both players like really took their time. Like even though each game was a bit more, on the stretched out side of things, like there was not really any dull, moment throughout it. I mean, game 4, I'd say was definitely the craziest one. But then Monkey, just only one of his 2 power plays he ended up using, and game 4 he was in a position where he could have used the 1 power play but chose not to, and then the 5th game, and then he finally, used that last power play to really seal it. It's a bitter way to end it for Ed though, leaving both power plays unused. I mean, still though, it's great for him, reaching the round of 8, and it's an area of this tournament he hasn't gotten to get to many times, and I'm sure he'll learn from this and keep up the knowledge and what he's learned in this series to maybe carry over to May. But wow, like I definitely was not disappointed by this one. I'm looking forward to see how this Final Four goes, and Monkey and G-Man, I'm sure that's going to be a real fun one.
Yeah. Yeah, Monkey, any thoughts on playing G? He's kind of in a big resurgence for his career right now, and you're having the best run of your career. What do you think about that matchup coming up?
Feels pretty good. I'm excited to see what G-Man does. I have not played him really ever. I've just been like in some talks with him. That's really it. But hey, the 7-10 matchup.
Yeah, it's a
Haven't we
first
seen
round
this
seed
from
line.
round 1? That's a first round seed line. We are playing round 1. We're back at it. We reversed time. I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
Seriousness, I'm excited to see how it's gonna go. I've never been in this territory while he has, so I'll just try to see what I can do to see if I can go further.
I can't English. There we go. Yeah, leave some quotes, both of you. Thank you. Again, you take a look. The Final Four graphic is on your screen now, and it is going to be on the left side, Mustang versus Jaguar, the 6th seed out of the Mustang region. Myth, the region winner, against the 15 seed out of the Jaguar region. Just beat the boss this afternoon. In Gone, the top rookie will play in the Final Four. I feel much nicer getting 2 wins in the yeah, for real, Cesar, for real. And then over on the Spider, on the right side, the top winner in the Spider region, it will be Monkey, and the winner out of the Diablo region will be G-Man, as I will quickly fix that issue. One second. There we go. Now we got him flipped. I had him backwards there. There they go. And yeah, it was bot assisted, but it happens to the best of us, JT. And they, you had your foot massages in Super League, and there's nothing more you can do as a player when you get those kind of games. But give your respect to your opponent and move on, because what more can you say? I mean, sometimes that's just how the game is, and I believe it was Sting who had mentioned this in a game previously. It was like, we talk about all the strategies that we have in this league, but when it comes down to it, right, Uno is a luck-based game through and through, and sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles, and it unfortunately crumbled quite a bit for Ed Ziemba tonight. Man, what a game. Fix that as well. So again, that's your final four. We will find out very soon who will come away with it. 4 players left with a chance for a title. So you look there. Again, Myth versus Gone, Monkey versus G, and Monkey will have home table advantage come Final Four, and Myth will over Gone. And again, you take a look at Ed dropping in a quote there. Let's have a look. Yeah, just struggled to get anything going. Nonetheless, I made it pretty far this tournament. We still have plenty of Uno left to play this year. Still 3 more tournaments, absolutely. I'll be back and ready to go in no time. GG's to Monkey. It's going to be a fun Final Four, as it definitely will be. And we appreciate both our players for coming out tonight. Thanks to JT for the commentary. Appreciate working with you, of course.
Yeah, my pleasure as always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And thanks to Brad for stepping into ref. 90 minutes notice, as I mentioned at the top. Appreciate you. And shout out the boss. He will be back for the Final Four on stream, at least. As he was eliminated as a player earlier today. But that is going to do it for our coverage of the Endurance 8. And we appreciate everyone for joining us on YouTube and in VC on Discord. And my goodness, Monkey, congrats on the win. Gets a sweep. We'll see Ed next tournament. But that is going to do it for us on behalf of the entire team. I am not short. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you again in the Final Four, and also the D2 Final Four coming up Thursday afternoon and evening. But for now, from D1, have a great night, and we will see you in the Final Four of Automotive April.
This has been a presentation of MRE Uno Division 1.